Good morning, learners. Today we are on the new chapter, which is called Turning Points in Modern South African History since 1948, which is our lesson topic. The lesson subtopic, the first one is the Universal Declaration of Human Rights after World War II. Alright, learners, before we can go through the lesson, I want you to express your view on this topic, turning points in modern South African history since 1948. We all gonna raise up your hands so I can choose. Thank you very much for those who gave me answers to my questions. Now we are on the introduction stage. Before we can go through with our lesson, I want us to check some important terms that you know. Those are those who relate with our topics. Yeah. Can anyone give me the definition of discrimination? Yes, raise up your hands. Yes, Priscilla. Discrimination is when you treat other people differently. Alright, thank you for your view. And now we are going to human rights. Can you please tell me human rights that you know? Yes, Tabo. Freedom of speech, right to education, civil and political rights. Alright, thank you very much. Another one. Freedom of movement. Alright, thank you for your views. Alright, let us continue with our lesson. Thank you very much for those who expressed their views. Now we're on the content stage. Our lesson duration time is 59 minutes. We'll have projector, computer with internet access today. The lesson aims we have to on this topic today. At the end, learners will be able to know all aims that were formulated by United Nations Charter and also the rights that were included in the Universal Declaration of Human Rights. Difference between discrimination and racism, the year in which the leader met, and also the purpose of the meeting in San Francisco. We will have the different types of teaching method today, which is project-based learning. The first one is a student-centered approach that involves students solving problems or completing projects that are relevant to their lives or interests. It promotes critical thinking and problem solving skills. Another teaching method, the second one, is blended learning. Blended learning is a teaching strategy that combines face-to-face instruction with online learning. This approach allows for more flexibility in terms of pacing, and it can help to engage students who may benefit from traditional classroom settings. Alright, now we are on the middle of a lesson plan, which is lesson phases. The first phase, it is introduction that connects with prior knowledge. For background knowledge, teacher will ask learners different human rights that they know and reflect on the word discrimination to ensure that every individual can live a life of dignity and a life that is worthy. The second phase that we have is development of content and connect with prior knowledge. Learners are put in groups and discuss about the term discrimination. The third one, the third one that we have is consolidation phase. Each and every learner give us 5 human rights that they know. Learners close book and teacher ask different questions based on what they have been taught. The fourth phase that we have is assessment during lessons. What is UDHR stand for? It's Universal Declaration of Human Rights. Another question goes like, what are basic human rights? It is life, liberty, and security. The third question is, who wrote the UDHR? Charles Malik. That's the fourth stage of lesson phases. Now we are going to a homework lesson phase. Teacher will instruct learners to give the name of the place where all leaders have met, the year in which United Nations was formed, and its main aims. And learners will give 5 rights that were included in the UDHR. And learners will provide me with the definition of racism and purpose of the meeting in paragraph of 4 lines. Now we are on the 6th lesson phases. The aims were reached as students were to explain terms and mention specific rights. The time was sufficient for the planned activities, but in the future, more time could be allocated for independent study. Okay. Now on the reflection phase, which is the last phase of lesson plan. The aims were reached as students as to explain terms and mention specific rights. The time was sufficient for the planned activities, but in the future, more time could be allocated for independent study. I'm sorry, I repeated this one. The summary of this topic of turning points in modern South African history since 1994. The summary of it goes like this. The UDHR was adopted by newly established United Nations on 10 December 1948 in response to the barbarous acts which outraged the conscience of mankind during the Second World War. Its adoption recognized human rights to be the foundation for freedom, justice, and peace. Discussion of promoting peace through international cooperation. All right.